Hello and welcome to another historic tale of the streets of Newcastle upon Tyne. Northumberland Street is one of the major shopping streets in Newcastle city centre. The modern street was laid out in the 19th century. Before that there were medieval plots. These medieval plots were located outside the protection of the town walls. As hostilities with Scotland reduced, a suburb of the medieval town developed here. There were 3-storey brick houses here by the 18th century. Originally the street was called Bath Road because it led to the old Northumberland Baths, opened in 1939 and replaced in 1928. At one point the street was often busy with cars and lorries as it was part of the main A1 route between London and Edinburgh, which also included the Tyne Bridge. The street was finally pedestrianised in 1998. The Primark building on your left used to be British Home Stores and C&A for many years, which was built in 1967, replacing a 1931 Art Deco building. Many of the smaller shops of the early 1900s were replaced by larger shops in the early 1930s. Marks and Spencer, which you can see on the right, opened a store on the street in 1932. The modern store was built in the 1970s. Still looking to your right hand side, you can see an entrance to Eldon Square, which Northumberland Street has always had since the centre was built in the mid-1970s, which you can see in this photograph from 1976. Around this area of Northumberland Street, the Callers furniture store used to stand. Callers was established in 1897 by Roy and Ian Caller, initially as cabinet makers. Its main furniture store was located on Northumberland Street in Newcastle, with other branches around the north east. Callers was well known for its festive Christmas displays. Unfortunately, some mechanical characters in a display caught fire on the 30th of November 1969. This resulted in one of the worst fires Newcastle city centre had seen for decades, causing £2 million worth of damage. While the store was rebuilt at the same location, Callers traded from Savile Row and Prudder Street in Newcastle. Callers ceased trading in the 1980s. Number 45 Northumberland Street is the oldest surviving building on the street, which was built in 1900. It was for Inman Stores Limited. The building has life-size figures in shell category niches named as Sir John Morley, Roger Fortin, Thomas Bewick and Harry Hotspur. This is a Grade 2 listed building on the National Heritage List for England. In 1882, John James Fenwick purchased a doctor's house at 5 Northumberland Street in Newcastle. It cost him £181 and 4 shillings to convert the house into a shop, becoming one of Britain's first department stores, soon expanding along to other properties in Northumberland Street. In 1891, Fenwick opened a second department store on New Bond Street, London, the first of many Fenwick department stores around the country. Fenwick in Newcastle is famous for its Christmas window on Northumberland Street during the festive season. The white stone facade on the Newcastle shop dates back to 1913. Building over to the right used to be the old Woolworths store, which opened its doors in 1913. It was a staple for Tyneside shoppers for decades until it closed its doors in 1984, long before the demise of Woolworths itself. It has since been a Virgin megastore and most recently Sports Direct. Pearl is an 8-storey office building located on the corner of Northumberland Street and New Bridge Street. The Pearl Assurance building was built in the 1970s and replaced the previous Pearl Assurance building of 1904. In 2013, floors 2 to 8 of the current building were refurbished and the building rebranded as the Pearl. Today, Northumberland Street is home to a wide variety of shops, cafes and restaurants, making it a bustling hub of activity for both locals and tourists. As you walk down Northumberland Street, take a moment to appreciate that rich history that surrounds you, from the historic architecture to the vibrant street life. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of Northumberland Street. Please give the video a big thumbs up, as it really helps my channel. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell notification when I release more videos. See you next time on 55 Degrees North.